Domination on jungle. Rumble in a fucking jungle. So, you better not fucking punk out. Dominate. Either conquer and hold the command points, or die like the fucking deserving bitches you are.
Hello people of the earth and welcome back to QuickSave TV. My name is Mike and this is going to be our third part of the review for Far Cry 3, specifically the multiplayer. If you skipped the single player or cooperative, go ahead and check the specific videos on my channel about them. I'll tell you everything you want to know about them, specifically giving you my recommendations and etc, etc. So, let's start off by talking about the pacing of the multiplayer in Far Cry 3. How does it feel like? What's it reminiscent of? Far Cry 3 pacing reminds me a lot of Battlefield 3 without vehicles mixed with a little bit of Black Ops 2. From Battlefield 3 you have very slow-paced combat, you have the long distances to traverse, and you don't have the vehicles, which is kinda sad. From Black Ops 2 you have the score streaks, and you have the arcade elements such as the crosshair ticking every time you're hitting or killing the enemy. Score streaks are pretty shitty, I should say. It feels like they're dumped down from the Black Ops 2. Like in Black Ops 2 you get a score streak, you're incredibly happy because you know it's either going to help you a lot or it's going to be incredibly destructive to the enemy and it's going to be easy to control this score streak. In Far Cry 3 it's unrefined, it's kind of raw, and many score streaks they are very shitty because you don't even know where to hit the enemy. There's no... they're just... I would say they're poorly designed if you need my opinion. Despite the fact that they are poorly designed, there are still some of them you can choose, you can customize. There are 3 tiers of them, and as you accumulate the score without dying, you will be able to use them one after the other. Customization in the game is done through creating your own pre-made loadouts, Loadouts consist of one main weapon with 2 attachments, one secondary weapon with 1 attachment, 1 battle cry, 2 skills, and 2 equipment pieces. You can customize any of them, however you like, put whatever you want in them, and just enjoy yourself. Of course, the weaponry will also be leveling up. You're going to get experience for this weaponry, unlocking additional attachments, and which will make you a more effective soldier on the battlefield, or just give you more opportunities to actually tinker around and customize your class for yourself. Unlocks in the game are done through, as I've mentioned, leveling up the weapon and leveling up your account. Leveling up your account unlocks you additional weaponry, additional kill streaks, additional items to choose from, additional skills, equipment, battle cries, as well as additional finishers of the game, right? That's right, when you finish the game, you can select to punish or praise your enemy. Punishing your enemy will make it... This is visible to every player in the game, and only the best players of the best player of the enemy team, of the lost team, is going to be the prisoner, and the best 3 players of the winning team will be the ones taking an action, right? And they can vote whether or not they want to punish or praise the enemy, right?
Fuck you, man! You're not people! You are fucking animals! That's what you are! Animals! Filthy pieces of... What? I'm going to live!
There are different animations for that, different words they're going to say, and etc, etc, etc. It's actually pretty well done. I really like this part of the game, but yeah. Killcam in the game is made in such a fashion that it gives you a lot of information, which is kinda cluttered, if you ask my opinion, but it's very stylish in that way that it's neither Call of Duty simplistic Killcam, neither it is a Battlefield 3 lack of Killcam whatsoever. When you are killed, you see how the enemy killed you, from which position he fired you, which shots resulted in hitting you, where were you at this point in time, and etc, etc. I really love this part, and Killcam is something I think they've done a tremendous work with, and I think it's something that was absolutely successful, unlike other parts of the game, in a multiplayer wise. Melee combat in multiplayer pretty much got from the single player and cooperative, right? That is, if you're straight behind the enemy and you press F, if you press the action button, you're going to cut your enemy instantly, right? You're going to kill him instantly. Not like in Call of Duty, but more like in Battlefield, where you have this cool animation played out and it's absolutely incredible. If you are in front of the enemy and you again time your action button or with a specific, with a specific in regards to positioning of yourself and the enemy, you're going to again finish your enemy in one one move. This is incredibly amazing, I should say, and you know, I'm glad they added it to the multiplayer. It adds the character to the game. Something I don't really agree with is the map design in the game. I think the maps are very empty, and majority of the time you're going to be traversing huge spaces which don't even have any cover on them, so that generally what you're going to be doing, you're going to be moving around trying to either find the enemy, or you're going to be defending the points with a very, very clutter-free space, which makes it so easy to identify the enemy first of all, unlike for instance in Call of Duty or Battlefield 3. In Battlefield 3 there are so many construction elements on buildings that you don't even know whether it's the enemy or just a piece of metal. In Call of Duty there are several things they were doing, the dust in the air, the certain sounds on the map. All of this are non-existent in Far Cry 3, which makes it inferior to both Battlefield and Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Okay, personality of the factions, however, is something I wanted to really remark in this game. It's something I really liked, and I wish every game was like this personality-wise.
So hunt down the prick causing our problems and teabag the motherfucker like he does his mother.
There are two factions in the multiplayer which I played, right? I did not play Privateers, I am unaware if they are even in the multiplayer, but I know for a fact that there are two factions which are the locals, the Rakyat warriors, right? The warriors, the tribes, right, which live on these islands, and there are pirates. So when you start any game whatsoever, there is a short tutorial which is spoken by the spiritual leader of each individual faction. For instance, when you play as Rakyat warriors, you're going to get instructions from Citra. If you're playing as she's the female leader of the tribes, right? If you're playing as pirate, you're going to get instructions from Vas, the crazy pirate leader. So I would say that factions in this game, they actually have more personality than many factions in many other games. Like for instance in Black Ops 2, I was really disappointed with that. I liked the Chinese, but nobody else pretty much. And I really like the way they've done it here. But despite the fact that they've done such a tremendous work with kill cams, with the personality of the factions, I think they should really focus on the map design and the personality of the multiplayer per se, because right now it seems faceless to me. In conclusion, I would like to say that I did not particularly enjoy the multiplayer in Far Cry 3. I do not know if you will. You should go ahead and try if you purchase the game, but keep one thing in mind. Please do not buy the game solely for the multiplayer. I am not sure you will be satisfied. I am afraid you will be disappointed, because there are many things that are lacking in the multiplayer. It lacks the proper map design, it lacks the proper weapon to speak of. You know, weaponry is having too many attachments which are not necessarily the most balanced, and the whole problem is the maps, really. I mean, there's nothing else to say. Despite the fact that they've done a tremendous work with the factions and the kill cams and the melee attacks, it is sad that the game seems to be undone in the multiplayer aspect. Regardless of the fact, I thank you so much for watching, thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this video and my commentary, please do not forget to put a like on this video and favorite it. Stay tuned for more content from me on QuickSave TV, do not forget to subscribe and come back for more later. I thank you so much for watching once again, have a greatest day and bye bye. Love you all.
Heads up! Get taking them out!